Welcome to Stretford, Paddock. I'm Ronaldo Brown and I'm back with the news, and those are words I've not uttered in about 5 years' time. And the weather's greeted me with wonderful cloud and rain. And I feel like it's going to be going on like this for a long time. A bit of an Indian summer. I know he's like your weather report when we get out here. But in terms of the news front, we've only got a few weeks until the start of the season starts. We know we need midfield kind of reinforcement, so to speak. The De Jong saga seems to be continuing. We've actually got quite a few links coming up with the transfer window not too long before it actually ends. With the first bit of news is going to be on Frenkie de Jong, the man, the myth, the legend it seems. The man that seems to be evading United at every possible cause, but we know why that is, because Barcelona are absolutely shit show the way that they're run. And it's an article that is by Diarosas, or AS Diario actually, which is the ball is now in Frenkie de Jong's court. If he wants to continue at Barcelona, he'll have to reduce his salary. If he does not, Xavi will be forced to do without him. Xavi has spoken with Frenkie de Jong. He made it clear he's counting on him, but if he wants to be part of the project, he has to make an effort that includes almost halving his salary. They both left the meeting satisfied. It's a very interesting one because Barcelona have been doing everything in their power to absolutely fuck de Jong financially. They owe him money, they owe him salary. And it's kind of strange that they seem to be guilt-tripping him in a way to make sure that he does get a deal over the line, because they need to kind of get the cost. I know they want Bernardo Silva. They've been signing, Kessie, they've signed Christensen. They've been signing quite a lot of players and they've been a massive overhaul, but in order for them to do that the way that they're run, they need to get de Jong out off the wage bill, and they need to sell him because they need that investment. But Frenkie de Jong does seem to be extremely eager to stay, which has been my concern from the start of this. I feel like United need to be signing players that really want to come, but then part of me thinks Ten Hag would have spoken to him individually, and de Jong might have made it clear that actually does want to come. But it seems that all reports that come out of Spain, all reports that come out of Barcelona are saying that he wants to stay, but he doesn't seem to be agreeing to halving his salary, and I don't blame him. If he was owed over €10 million or £10 million, would you halve it? Would you say yeah? I don't think you would you? But we have seen in the first few pre-season games United have had, we've had McFred starting. We've had Donny van de Beek not really take his chance when he's got in there. And it does seem like we do need a ball player in that middle of the park so that we can control games for 90 minutes. And Frenkie de Jong knows Ten Hag, he knows his system, he knows the pattern of play. And he's a player I would like to get in. I would like to see him signed. But if it's going to drag on until the end of the transfer window, we end up missing out completely on some possible alternatives. I wouldn't be happy with that either. And the second story is on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. It's the first time I've actually said his first name, so I thought I'd actually try that on camera. But it's an article from the Express saying United have reignited their interest in Lazio midfielder as their hopes of luring Frenkie de Jong from Barcelona continue to stall. And it was also, and according to Calcio Mercato, Milinkovic-Savic has re-emerged on United's radar after years of being linked with a move. And I think years of being linked with a move is a bit of an understatement when it comes to him. But I know that is quite a reliable Italian outlet that has said that United have reignited their interest, even though United are thrown around as a bit of a team that are linked to anyone. But I'm not against United looking for possible alternatives, but I don't know whether the ship is sailed on this particular player. I was more in the ballpark of wanting a Tielemans or a Neves, even though Tielemans has, for the last 12 months, I'm aware that he's not been showing the talents he's shown previously. And I don't know if he kind of fits the same kind of mould of a Frenkie de Jong in terms of what Ten Hag is looking for in midfield. But have I watched too much of him lately? I haven't. I just don't know if it's a name that United are going to be linked to for the rest of their days until he retires, so to speak. But as I said, I'm not against United looking at alternatives because I don't want it to be a drawn-out saga with Frenkie de Jong. He gets right up to the final hurdle, he stays at Barcelona, and we go into the season with McFred, which won't be very promising. I know all United fans think that they'll do a job in there, they'll run about, they'll provide energy, but if we actually want to challenge the rest of the teams, the likes of City, the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Liverpool, or even do anything decent in the Europa League, we're going to need a better midfield pivot than that. Alright, and another Calcio Mercato report has been on a right back, and that is Denzel Dumfries. And this article does say that United are in pole position to sign Denzel Dumfries. Erik Ten Hag is pushing for him to join United, but Inter Milan want €40 million. I think €40 million is a little bit of a stretch for him. I have watched him quite a bit last season for Inter Milan. I do think he can be occasionally clunky. I'm not sure he's actually the kind of right back star that people think he'll be. I don't think he'll be a massive upgrade on Diogo Dalot from what I've seen. Obviously, if Wan-Bissaka does leave, I think his days our number at United. I don't think Ten Hag's a fan of him. I don't think he really fits into the new style of play that we have. He hasn't really shown any progression on his on ball abilities, his end product in the final third. I think the lows actually provide a little bit of a spark in the pre-season, but I know the jury's not completely in with him in terms of the United fans. And if United can get in a Dumfries to at least challenge him or be some sort of, I don't know if he'll be a backup. I don't think United will spend that much on a right back to be a backup. If the lows are backup, I don't think you can complain about that at all, especially with the fact that we'll have so many games next season. It's going to be a bit of a condensed season. We've got Europa League on Thursday nights. It's make sure that United do improve on their squad depth, because I think that's something that kind of shared its ugly head a little bit when against Aston Villa on the weekend. It seemed like the first 11 did seem relatively strong, but when you make one or two changes, there's a massive drop off. So United need to make sure that we don't go into the season too thin, especially with so many people with their the likes of Ronaldo, likes of Wan-Bissaka, and more players with their kind of futures up in the air. But in terms of Dumfries, I think 40 million euros is a little bit of an extortionate price for him. I think we're looking in the region about 30 or less if you are going to bring him in. I know right back is a situation where it's not completely solidified, but in terms of what Delos's shown, I think he deserves an opportunity, especially if we need to get a midfielder in instead, or a striker. Because we have got Martial, we don't know whether he's going to actually kick on and show the talents that he has in the past when the season does begin. Obviously Ronaldo might be leaving, so I think a striker is who United need to focus on alongside a midfielder rather than a right back, and it's a striker that I'm going to speak about next. And as I've just mentioned, striker is a position of need, especially with Ronaldo's future in doubt and not being completely sold on whether Martial can lead the number 9, especially if we don't have any depth, because I don't think there's anyone to play behind him. We had Hannibal come on as a striker against Aston Villa, so that told you everything you need to know. But the striker that we have been linked to is Salzburg, Slovenian Benjamin Sesko, and United, according to Fabrizio Romano, United are monitoring him. And there was an article on the Daily Mail, Simon Jones, saying that United have expressed interest in Benjamin Sesko as well. I know he's a 19-year-old, 6'4" forward. I don't know if he's very much similar to Haller, and that's in that kind of mode, someone who played under Ten Hag. I know he does like that bit of focal point up front in this system. Would he suit that? I think 19 for the price, it's a little bit steep. If it was around the 20, about half the price, I'd be more up for it, especially if he's going to come in and not probably be someone to lead the number 9 straight away at 19 years of age. A bit of an unproven goal-scoring record as well. I think we're buying him more on potential, so to speak, and potential resale value as well. So I think if you are going to go for 55 million euros, I feel like you need a little bit more. You need a little bit more experience. You need a little bit more of a proven goal-scoring record, or just ability that we've previously seen. I know he didn't play a massive amount last season. He's only been recently progressed into the first team at Salzburg as well. So I'm not sure whether. I think there's probably a little bit of credence to the link. I don't know if United are going to spend that much on a striker that will probably come in and be a backup. I don't think it's going to be someone that comes in and then sets the world alight, from what I've seen anyway. But look, United looking at striking options, there's not that many out there. So if we was to go in for him, I wouldn't be against it, especially if we do need that strength in depth, as I've just spoken about. I don't know if Elanga's going to be someone that's going to be utilised up there, but if we don't get a striker, we are going to look extremely thin in that area if Ronaldo does leave. That's pretty much been it. I know that's been 4 players that we spoke about. Been quite a bit of news. It's been quite a quick news day. Typical Monday morning. Hopefully United do get these deals advanced, and United do look to strengthen in the transfer window with it coming to a close. But anyway, not been here for a long while. A little bit rusty. Rainy Manchester. But this has been Ronaldo. This has been Stretford Paddock. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.